Hello heroes, Kelthar, legends, and welcome back to the RPG Corner. It's time for another fun adventure-filled episode in the world of The Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. And you know what, I never really noticed and looked at these, man, I'm telling you, this lion unicorn symbol is pretty sweet, pretty dope. Okay, anyways. We're on continuing our free day. We've got some missions to do, and then we have to go into the schoolhouse. So I believe that all continues here. Okay. People to chat with. Engineering building has a quest. Wait. Ha! There it is. Academy Field. I like to do the green before the red. Excuse me, is your name Vincent by any chance? Indeed, it is. Standing before you is a nobleman overflowing with love and pathos. The one, the only, Vincent Florald. I presume that you were the Cupid that I asked the student council to send me? He's quite the character. He's really seems like himself. That's what I've grown to expect from Class 1. I'm no Cupid, but I am here on behalf of the Student Council, yes? Haha, then you may still well serve my purposes. Allow me to congratulate you on making your way here. So based on your request and my new nickname, I assume you want me to find someone for you. Yes, something along those lines. Do you have the time to spare? If so, I shall begin explaining the particulars of my request. Let's hear it. Oh, please elaborate on your request. Haha, fine answer indeed. Although, before we continue... Phew. Sarifa is currently nowhere to be seen. Now that I think about it, this is kind of an unusual meeting place. Are you hoping to keep this request quiet? Not exactly. I was merely hoping to avoid things getting meddled in. My father sent Sarifa to the academy to keep an eye on me. As you can imagine, her watchfulness can occasionally be rather constraining. Well, that is apart from the meat of the matter. To be blunt, I've received not one, not two, but 3 passionate love letters of late, and all from a single writer. Curiously, however, the writer in question signs with naught but a nom de plume. What I would request of you, my fine fellow, is to find out just which lovely lady is responsible for these. That's reasonable, but are you sure it's appropriate for me to try to find her? These are anonymous, after all. Do take a moment to think it over. The fact that she chose to use a pen name rather than remaining completely anonymous is proof of a pining, hopeful heart. In fact, I am absolutely certain that she wishes for me to find her. I suppose I'll have to trust your judgment on this one. What's more, she sent cookies along with her 3rd letter. I would hardly be worthy of the floral name if I did not properly thank her, would I? Yeah, I don't think I could stop you at this point if I try. You have any additional information that would help me pinpoint exactly who we're looking for? I do. Indeed, the first hint is that she is a first year. As a man well versed in the feelings of beautiful women, I was able to deduce this from the respectful tone of her letters. Additionally, the fact that she attached a pressed grand rose at the end of each letter may serve as a hint as well. A grand rose, if I remember correctly, those are the flowers you use when confessing your love to someone. What if he sent these to himself? Quite. Which brings us to why this is a hint. The only way to obtain a grand rose in Trista is to purchase it from the town florist. So if we ask the florist who's purchased one precisely, we'll be able to discover just which shy maiden has sent these letters to me. Would you take on this task for me then? As long as you don't mind me sticking to the plan we just discussed, I don't see why not. I'm surely indebted to you. Based on her pseudonym and her use of a grand rose, I can only imagine Our Lady is the very model of grace. Now that you mention it, what was the name she used? Oh, it seems I neglected to mention that very important detail. She calls herself the Grand Maiden, a nickname taken from the daughter of a baron who married into the imperial family long ago. The emperor at the time was so smitten that he gave her countless numbers of grand roses, and so came the moniker. I see you can't say I've heard that story before, but it's interesting. This is no time to stand around thinking about it. I'll head over to the flower shop right away. Very well, I can leave this matter in your clearly capable hands. The secret admirer. Does it all show up on my Mippity map? No, it doesn't seem to be. Let's start on the outside. I gotta talk to the flower lady anyways. Oh, there's the green. Yeah, there's the flower lady. Talking to the flower lady. Wait, would you mind if I asked you a question? Not at all, go ahead. Green explained the situation to Jane and asked about any first years who had recently purchased any grand roses. Wouldn't be hard to find out if I looked at my records, but I'm not exactly sure I should disclose, understandably so. I don't intend to do anything with this information that they don't want me to, though. If they ask me to keep their identity secret, that's what I'll do. I see. If that's the case, I guess it can help you out. Just remember, though, it's your job to give the mystery sender your support and nothing more. I'll wish her the best of luck. Sigh, this request is getting pretty complicated at this point. Right, I count 3 first years who have made a grand rose purchase recently, in class order. First is Beryl from class 3, then there's Vivi from class 4, and Rosine from class 5. I see, thank you very much for the help. The fact that she mentioned Vivi has me worried. I hope she's not trying the same trick on someone else right now. Not at all, good luck. Oh boy, yeah. Okay. There's actually one here. You're Rosine from class 5, aren't you? That's correct. Why do you ask? I have a quick kind of personal question for you. Reen explained the situation to Rosine and asked if it was her who sent the letters to Vincent. No, that certainly wasn't me. I did buy a grand rose, but it was for the purpose of decorating the church. She's a student? She looks like just a nun. Oh, I see. Sorry to ask such an embarrassing question then. It's fine. What if she lied to me? Look for a green exclamation pointo. Front gate. Front entrance. Student Union building, and then over there. Might as well go to the Student Union. And upstairs. There we go. Bet you none of them have talked to him. You're Beryl from class 3, right? Haha, I certainly am. What do you want from me? Actually, there was something I wanted to ask you. I told Beryl about his investigation and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Do I seem like the kind of girl who'd be interested in romance? I need to purchase the grand rose to use it in a ritual, that's all. I see, that answers my question. But now I'm wondering what the ritual she mentioned is all about. Well, that's all I wanted to ask. Sorry to disturb you. Sometimes it's good to be disturbed. Good day to you. Courtyard. Oh, sweet. Sabrine, you were so taken with my feminine charms that you couldn't stand another moment away from me? That's something I'd like to ask you. Reen explained the situation to Vivi and asked if she was the one who sent Vincent the letters. Well, now that is pretty interesting. I'm gonna take that as a no. Yeah, I wish it was me, but I'm having too much fun teasing Linda to set my sights upon any boys right now. Of course you are. You did buy a grand rose, though. And some of you tricked another poor, unsuspecting soul into helping you torment her. Pretty much, but can you blame me? She falls for it every single time. I can't help myself. You're a monster. I can't imagine what she has to deal with a sister like this. That's all 3 girls the florist told me about, but none of them seem to have sent the letters. I guess the trail's gone cold. I should report back to Vincent for now. Man, Vincent. Academy Field. Tell me, did your investigation prove successful? Wait, don't tell me. You've brought our mystery woman here. Oh, be still, my beating heart. Yeah, about that. I wasn't able to find her in the end. You cannot be serious. Did you ask the florist? I did, and I spoke to all 3 girls who purchased Grand Roses. None of their reasons for doing so had anything to do with you. I can go into detail if you'd like. It matters not. If they do not concern me, then they are simply not my concern. Sorry I wasn't any help, but there is one thing I'm curious about. Where could a girl get a Grand Rose if she didn't go to the florist's? There's no way to tell. Perhaps if the Grand Maiden is a noble, she could have had an alternate source. However... My darling Vincent, I found you. Oh, shit. Ha ha! State your business. The cookies I just baked ended up far more delicious than I ever could have imagined. So delicious they could only be destined for the lips of my beloved, my elegant, dashing, darling Vincent. What could possess a person to approach another out of nowhere and say such befuddling things? Furthermore, I do not even the foggiest idea of who you are. He. Oh, but you do. What if I told you that I was the Grand Maiden all along? No way. Dumbfounded. I can hardly blame you for being speechless with joy. My real name is Margarita Dresden. The lovely Grand Roses I attached were grown by my family, so that's how you got them. If you're part of Baron Dresden's family, then could it mean? Oh, so you know the story? Your suspicions are indeed correct. I, Margarita Dresden, hail from the same family line as the lovely Grand Maiden herself. It all adds up. Inconceivable. How could you of all people be related to the Grand Maiden, when her beauty pales in comparison to your own? Look, darling, we've already completing each other's thoughts, and yours are so sweet. Oh boy. What you said couldn't have been further from my actual thought. Even when you're shy, you're still so wonderful. Seeing the surprise on your handsome face made waiting to reveal my name entirely worth it in the end. Now, my beautiful Vincent, it is time for you to reply to my love letters. Will you enter a relationship with me? You may choose one of 2 replies. I would be delighted, or there would be no greater honor. Wow. She's scary. How many options did you say you were giving him? This woman could hardly be more different than the demure maiden her letters made her out to be. My only answer for you is a resounding no. Now be gone and bother me no more. So that's how it is. Teehee, oh, just when I think you couldn't be more adorable. To think you're the sort of man who hides his true feelings away. I beg your pardon? There's no need to fear. Please have one more of those special cookies I prepared. One bite and you'll no longer feel the need to keep your innermost longings out of public view. Don't tell me you've mixed something into your cookies. Oh, but that is for me to know and for you to find out. Stay back, do not come any closer. You don't just stand there. I'll need your aid if I'm to survive. I have no idea how to handle a situation like this either. Don't worry, my darling. There may be a slightly bitter aftertaste, but it'll all be worth it in the end. I've been looking for you, Master Vincent. Oh boy. Sarifa. Dare I ask what you're doing in a place like this? Sarifa, I beg of you, please free from this terrifying situation. If I recall, you're my sweetheart's darling maid, are you not? So this is Sarifa, the Sarifa he mentioned. As much as I hate to interrupt the situation at hand, I'm afraid I must. Master Vincent, your presence at the upper class dorm is required at once. A delivery of the utmost importance from Count Floral awaits you there. I see, then I have no choice. I must go at once, but... These cookies are a present for Master Vincent, are they not? In that case, may I ask you to leave them in my hands for now, and we'll make sure he enjoys every last one of them later. Very well, if you insist. Margarita begrudgingly handed over the bag of cookies to Sarifa. Seems as though Master Vincent has roped you into this nonsense as well. Hopefully this can dull some of the pain this annoyance has surely caused you. Prismatic cape. Thank you. With that, I wish you all good day. Let us go, Master Vincent. Indeed. That maid may prove to be quite the obstacle, but no matter. There should be plenty of opportunities to woo my darling from here on out. I believe it's time to get started on a new batch of cookies. Marina's probably like, thank God. Well, today's been full of unique encounters, to say the least. At least that request is over and done with. Secret Admirer complete. Engineering. You know what? Before I do that, let's talk to peeps. Nothing is quite as refreshing as going for a post-exam ride. Come, Whitcomb, today we ride for the sake of freedom. Is it just me, or is Eustace Alberea actually taking this club seriously? It might just be my imagination. And I think Eustace has a thing, so I can't really talk to him. Let's talk over here. Make sure that none of them are chitty chatters. Refuse to accept any blame for this. It's all Elise's fault for bringing a maid into her dorm. She can do that. She can't do that. She's a commoner after all. I didn't step a single toe out of line. Elise and Ferris got into a big argument earlier, and here I thought I could get a friendly post-midterm match going. So much for that, I guess. There's nothing wrong with getting into arguments every now and again. In fact, Emily and I argued all the time as first years. If there's one good thing about fights, it's that they're honest. Honesty is the only way you can truly bond with someone. Alright, engineering building it is. Oh yeah. Hey there, Rain. Thanks for stopping by. Might I ask where Lisa and Laura are? Those two lovely flowers who do wonders in brightening up this dreary old building. Let's not make Rain's life even harder than it already is. Sorry, I probably shouldn't have think out loud. Still haven't talked to Angelica much, but she's definitely an interesting one. That aside, your request was for me to assist with testing out the orbital bike, wasn't it? So what will I be doing? Oh please, I could hear you making those vroom vroom noises before you even stepped through the door. I was not, but wait, does that mean... Yep, we want you to ride the orbital bike. Oh boy. Me? Can't deny that that's what I wanted this to be, but I never expected it to actually happen. I'll give you all the juicy details when we're actually ready to test. Before we start, however, we want to make sure you have the time. So how about it? You ready to ride? Yeah. Let's ride. Good answer. First of all, let me tell you a little bit about the bike. Everything you see here is something that Angie asked me to build for her. Because of that, the bike's been fine-tuned to meet her specific needs. In a nutshell, it's all Angie, the engine, the brakes, even the handlebars. I see. As you might expect, she and that bike are practically symbiotic. When she's on it, she's a sight to behold. Because we've tuned it specifically to her, it's become a little too tough for anyone else. Think of her as an unruly horse. There's no denying she's a fine bike, but she doesn't play nice with strangers. Wait, I'm really hoping I make it through this alive. Don't scare him now, Angie. Crow's ridden it just fine, but I suppose he's been working on this bike since we started too. Compared to him, you're a complete beginner, which is great. You'll have a more objective opinion after your ride. I guess makes sense when you asked me then. Feeling a little nervous? Let's head over to the highway. Crow and Toa and Angie and George and told us you'd be doing this, so I came along to show some support and take some time off work. She's taking time off work, yet I'm doing her stuff. My reason isn't quite as sweet as little Toa's. Like I said before, this bike's at least partially my baby. Think of me as an overprotective father, making sure you don't mess up and hurt my girl when you take her out. Thanks. Crow, don't make him any more nervous. Don't worry, Rain. Just ignore everything this guy says. I do, and it's worked great for me. We can rebuild the bike, so stay focused on keeping yourself safe. Thanks. Do you have any experience riding horses? Actually, yeah. Shouldn't have any trouble then. She's a whole different beast, but the basics of riding are the same. So have fun. Thanks, Angelica. That helps. I won't lay you down. Okay then, that should be just about everything you need to know. I think I get it now. The 3 things you want me to test are starting up the bike, shifting gears, and coming to a stop. That's right, we want to see how you handle everything. Let me give you a few pointers. You might not really get them until you're on the bike proper though. Hit me. First of all, you can't ride if you can't get moving, so let's talk about how to get started. Starting the engine's simple enough, but how smoothly you ride off will depend on how well you can operate the bike's clutch. Once you shift into first gear, open the throttle, then slowly and steadily release the clutch. Slowly and steadily. Release the clutch slowly and steadily when I start moving. Okay, I'll try not to forget. Next up is switching gears. Before switching gears, make sure you pull in the clutch quickly and firmly. Once you shift gears, release the clutch slowly and steadily, just like when you start up. I can do that. Last thing you need to worry about is stopping the bike, which you probably want to know how to do. When you want to slow down, release the throttle and apply the brakes to both wheels, front and back. You're going to want to give each one different amounts of pressure. Apply the brakes strongly to the front wheel and lightly to the back. That should bring you to a smooth stop. Strong front, light back. That's a lot to remember, but I think I can do this. That's the way. This is all about learning through experience and getting used to riding on the fly. So what do you say? Ready to go? Let's do this. What buttons am I going to use to ride this bike? Right then, first is starting up the engine. Oh, there we go. Pretty intense. Kind of reminds me of how I felt when I first rode a horse. Let's push those nerves to the side and get going. Okay, so I pull the clutch level, shift to first gear, twist the throttle. Now that I've done all that, let go of the clutch and I'll be moving. Go tell me how to do this. What exactly did she say again? Slowly and steadily. Look at me go. Now we're talking. This is great. There he goes. Can't wait to see the look on his face when he gets back. He's gonna love it. Hopefully. Feels amazing. I'm amazed at just how stable and smooth the ride is too, considering how heavy it is. I think I'm used to the speed now. Let's try switching gears. Right, first I need to roll off the throttle, then pull in the clutch, change gears, then release it. Angelica told me I had to handle this clutch a specific way during all of this. Which was it again? Pull in quickly, release quickly, pull in quickly, release slowly. Pull in, you gotta pull it in quick. Release slow. Right, need to pull in the clutch quickly and firmly, then change gears, and after that I need to release the clutch slowly but steadily. Oh shit. There we go, perfect. This fest really does feel great. I get why Angelica loves this so much. Well, the fun's got to come to an end eventually. It's probably about time to stop. Obviously, I need to hit the brakes, but how much pressure do I put on them? Varying amounts of pressure. Strong at the front and light at the back. Pretty sure Angelica said strong on the front and light on the rear. I stopped almost exactly where I expected to, so I guess I did it right. This thing's incredible though. I feel like I'm still riding along even though I've come to a stop. I guess I gotta snap out of it eventually. Those are waiting for me. Better head back now. Yeah, it's way better than a horse. Welcome back, Reen. Well, how was it? I'm amazed to say the least. The sheer speed, the engine's vibration, and the feeling of the wind as you ride. I've never experienced anything like it. No amount of horse riding could have ever prepared me for this. Just wow. Guess you've got some potential. Look at this guy. He's trying to act all calm and composed, but his face is just screaming, "Let me go back out and ride." Plain as day. Seems like you handled it really well too, based on your report. I have to admit, I didn't expect those kinds of results out of you. It's a pretty unwieldy machine. That's even more impressive considering it was his first ride with her too. Nice to know that I could have a worthy rival waiting in the wings. Not everyone can get that much praise out of Angie. You should pat yourself on the back. It's a real honor. Now we need to hear some more detailed impressions of each phase. But let's do that back at the engineering building. Good plan. They're having so much fun with this. Maybe too much. Can I take her out whenever I want? Thanks, Ray. The info you gave me should come in handy. Glad I could help. I think she'll be a much more stable ride from now on. I'll have to be sure to tell Alyssa's mother about everything we've learned today if they end up mass-producing orbital bikes. Alyssa's mother is the chairman of the Reinford group, isn't she? I didn't know you were familiar with each other. The Rogner and Reinford families share a good relationship, actually. Oh yeah, they're both big names in Roar, right? Yeah, Angie's dad is one of the group's biggest shareholders. Well, they are pretty close. Well, now you know. Alyssa's mother provided the engine and a number of other parts for the bike. So that's how you got your hands on everything. That's right, although whether or not Reinford will actually mass produce the bike is an entirely different matter. Their biggest goal is to turn a profit, so the only way it's happening is if we can show them that it would make money, which is why we're currently trying to make it into something that the masses can handle. Today, you were a big help in getting closer to that goal. Just give me a free bike. I'd love to see that happen. Looks like you get it. I guess my first impressions of you are right on the mark. Oh, I haven't probably thanked you yet, have I? Thank you for helping us today. Here's a little token of my thanks. A dragon vein. Ooh, that sounds cool. Sure about this? It seems like a really valuable quartz. Of course, I'm sure you'll be able to put it to good use. Well then, Reed, thanks a lot for your help. I'd like it if you could help us out next time we need a hand too. I'll cancel my plans as soon as you ask. Born to be orbital. What is that? Orbment. EP recovers on field and enemies drop more Sepith. Huh. I don't even use needle shoot. I could just put dragon vein in its place. I like Sepith. I think that'll work. Okay, that quest is done. Is there chatty chitting to go? So I think I finished all of the quests. Let me just talk to randos. I already talked to her for a quest. Need to worry about test results. We don't rank these flowers while we raise them, right? The most important thing is to grow up strong and healthy. There's more to life than test results. Yeah, sure. Anybody in? Oh yeah, gotta do my 2 things. So I want to see low level 2. Pretty. He's about to hit 3. Low 2. 3, 3, 3. So Alyssa, if she's available, and Gaius is not available. So Alyssa and Elliot. Elliot's gonna hit the next level. She's on the 2nd floor. Wait, she is. What room is that? God, I can't even control myself. Alright, hey, there she is. Isn't this classroom usually locked? It is, but I checked it on a whim and it was open. The janitor must have forgotten to lock it after he was done. I see. So what brings you here? I got into an argument with Ferris earlier. She started asking me all these questions about my last name after she found out about Sharon. And you ran off here? How many times am I gonna have to deal with this? She seems pretty upset. Maybe there's something I can do to help her out. Yeah, I'll spend time with you. Probably not the best person for this, but do you need someone to talk to? It's better to let these things out than bottle them up. Reen. Hee hee, thanks. Oops, I knew I forgot to lock up. Jesus, we're locked in. Looks like we gotta spend some time alone. Wait, did he just lock the door? Seems like it. Guess we're locked in. Saw my luck keeps getting worse and worse today. At least it's not nighttime or anything. I'm sure someone will come by before too long. That's true, but So it's just Rain and me here in the dark behind a locked door. No, Elisa, focus. This is all Sharon's fault. I wouldn't even be here if Ferris and I weren't arguing about her. Isn't that a bit of a stretch? You wouldn't say that if you knew her. She always does this. Imagine living with someone who knows nearly everything about you but never thinks about your feelings. And on top of it all, she's always taking Mother's side, like she did when what? Oh, Sorry, I shouldn't have tried to pry. Even so, you don't really dislike Sharon, do you? I mean, I guess I can't say dislike. It's kind of hard to dislike someone who's been a permanent fixture in your life since you were a kid. See what I mean? If she's gonna be at the academy anyway, you might as well try to make the best of it. Besides, she's sort of like an older sister to you, right? Siblings aren't always easy to deal with. You're right about that, but still, it wouldn't kill her to think about me a little more. Not a moment goes by in which I don't think of you, Lady Elisa. Oh boy. Sharon, what are you doing here? Whenever you're in need, I shall be by your side. After all, isn't that what an older sister is for? She knows how to make an entrance, I'll give her that. I can't believe she heard all that. She's probably listening in on her thing. Oh my, I didn't interrupt anything personal between the two of you, did I? I would be more than happy to lock the door again and leave the two of you to whatever it was you were up to in here. Don't even joke about that. What's wrong? Oh, geez. She's getting close to leveling up. And the last person would be Elliot. Eliotto. He's actually right over here. Wait, nope. Went the wrong way. He's at the end. He's in here. Yo, Eliotto. Nothing relaxes me quite like cradling a violin in my hands, especially since I've never had much of a chance to play during our midterms. Yeah, most clubs put the regular meetings on hold while exams are going on. You seem pretty happy though. Isn't it that obvious? I'm planning on pretty much spending the entire day just playing. After not playing for so long, I'm out of form, so I need to get back into it. Kind of interested in seeing him play. Yeah, let's hang out with the old Elliot. Would you mind if I listened in? I'll be my guest. I need to get ready though, so just hold on a bit. He's not bad. Not a classical music guy, but he's not bad. It's still playing. He stopped. So what do you think? I'm impressed. I never would have guessed you'd taken a break for midterms if you hadn't told me. You mean it? Good to hear. Seems like you're really enjoying yourself when you play too. I can practically hear your love for music in every note. Ah, cut it out. You're embarrassing me. Oh, by the way. I've been wondering about this for a while, but you're a musician yourself, aren't you, Reen? Kinda. What tipped you off? It was just a feeling I had. I can't really explain it, but it's like I can tell if someone has even the slightest bit of musical experience. The slightest bit is right. I used to play the lute for a while back home, but that's a pretty impressive sense you have. You're really on another level when it comes to anything musical. Ha ha ha! I think you might be exaggerating just a little. Not at all. Most people wouldn't pick up on something like that. It shows the extent of your passion for music. That's something I respect. Passion isn't enough, though, not in music. If I want to get better, I'm going to need better equipment. But given the compromise, I can't even ask for that. What compromise? It's nothing, don't worry about it. But it's nice to confirm that you do play an instrument, Reen. We should play together sometime. I've got a lot of rust to work off, but I'd like that. Great, I'm looking forward to it. Strengthen the bond. Alright, auto tear. So he will automatically heal me, and I'll actually cover him. I think that's how that works. Nice. Okay, I've used up my bonding points. It's time to enter the old schoolhouse. Time for some schoolhouse rock. actually. Let's start heading down there. Alright, the creepy slow walk. Just kidding. Let's normal walk it. Wait, was there anything I could have done to... You know what happens if you try to do that? Hey, competition. Dorothy, what is this exactly? The outline for our next work, of course. It's a pure love story focused on boys who've devoted themselves to sports, body, and soul. Don't worry, though. I'll let you join in on the fun, too. You'll be helping me out once I get the rough draft written up. Oh, boy. Her tastes are certainly broad. I was partially aware that this genre is popular with women, but seeing it firsthand is really... Does Dorothy really intend to have me help with this? Ah, chess boys. Looks like he's really into it. Hello there, Reen. Sorry I was caught up in my game there. No worries, sorry if I disturbed you. Is there a big chess game coming up or something? You seem way more focused than I'd expect for just a regular match. Indeed there is, and not just any match either. It's a match that'll determine the fate of this club. But I have every intention of completely dominating the upper class students. Hey, alright. So that's what happens when you try to talk to someone who has an event of sorts. Alright, guys. I think that's going to be an episode of RPG Corner. So, we're going to save that. Alright. So that's been another exciting episode of the RPG Corner. Legend of Heroes, Trails of Cold Steel. I'm Kelthar of the Heroes and Legends, and I really hope you've been enjoying this. We got more to come. We're going to enter the old schoolhouse in the next episode and see what changes lie in store. I'll see you guys in the next one. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.